Welcome to Middle School Academic Derby. I'm Mark Boris, and I will be your moderator for today's championship match between the Dixon Mariners and the Trexler Falcons. Before we begin, I'd like to thank today's scorekeeper, Mr. Greg Grantham. As we get started, let us introduce our teams. We're going to start with Dixon Middle School, coached by Miss Patty Brown. So let's go ahead and meet our players.
Joey Vela, 7th grade.
Scott Miller, 8th grade.
Chaz Hardy, 8th grade.
Alex Fisher, 6th grade.
And now for Trexler Middle School, coached by Susan Rogers.
Sydney Davis, 7th grade.
Tyler Martin, 8th grade.
Corin Nasso, 8th grade.
Annabelle Rocha, 6th grade.
All right. In the first round, we're going to ask 7 questions to each team. If the first team does not answer, the second team will have a chance at the same question. After the first team has heard all the questions and have had a chance to answer, the second team will also receive 7 questions and have the same opportunity. We're going to begin with Trexler Middle School with round 1. Okay. Your first question is a trivia question. 4 United States state capitals have the word city in their names. Identify any 3 of these 4 capitals. Okay, time. All right, Dixon. That's time. It would be Carson City, Oklahoma City, Salt Lake City, and Jefferson City are the 4 possible answers. All right. Next question is a science question. This is for Trexler. In the scientific kingdom, Animalia, beluga, orca, and humpback are all species of which mammal? Tyler?
Whale.
That is correct. Next question is for Trexler for mathematics, and I will read this question twice. If the radius of a circle was doubled, by what factor is the area of the circle multiplied? If the radius of a circle is doubled, by what factor is the area of the circle multiplied? Okay, let's go to Dixon. Okay, that is time. The correct answer is 4. Our next question for Trexler is geography. What name is given to a strip or rectangular parcel of land that forms a unique section of a state? Oklahoma, Nebraska, Idaho, and Texas, along with several other states, are home to these types of projections. Is that Sydney?
Plains.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Dixon? Joey?
Panhandle.
Panhandle is correct. Next question for Trexler is a history question. As of June 2015, there have been 27 of these, the most recent of which was ratified in 1992. Identify these formal changes to the U.S. Constitution. Corin?
Amendments.
Amendments is correct. Next question is literature. And again, this is for Trexler. In World War II, Corrie ten Boom and her family risked their lives to help Jews and underground workers escape from the Nazis. Only Corrie survived to tell the family's story of how faith ultimately triumphs over evil in which novel published in 2006? That's time. Dixon? Okay, that's also time. The novel is The Hiding Place. And the final question for Trexler in round 1, it's a trivia question. Tim Berners-Lee invented this form of global communication in 1989 for scientists. What is the name of this invention, better known by its acronym WWW? Corin?
World Wide Web.
That is correct. Okay, now for our round 1 questions for Dixon Middle School. The first question is a history question. This Frenchman landed in Canada in 1534, where he claimed part of the New World for France. He is also credited with the discovery of the St. Lawrence River. Who is he? Joey?
Samuel Champlain.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Trexler? The correct answer is Jacques Cartier. Next question is a mathematics question for Dixon, and I will read this twice. Okay. A car travels 402 miles over a period of 6 hours. What is the car's average speed in miles per hour? A car travels 402 miles over a period of 6 hours. What is the car's average speed in miles per hour? Chaz?
67 miles per hour.
That is correct. Okay, next question for Dixon is a science question. What alkaloid present in coffee, tea, and chocolate beans is a natural stimulant? Chaz?
Caffeine.
Caffeine is correct. Next question for Dixon is literature. In the book, The Martian Chronicles, man leaves behind a world on the brink of destruction, arrives on a red planet, and finds Martians waiting in a dreamlike state. Which science fiction author created this strange new world with its ancient dying race and vast red gold deserts? Scott?
Lovecraft.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Trexler? That's time. The correct answer is Ray Bradbury. Okay, next question for Dixon is an English question. In English grammar and usage, what are the only two indefinite articles? That's time. Trexler? Okay, that is also time. The answer is a and an. Okay, next question for Dixon is a trivia question. In the game of chess, which piece moves in a pattern shaped like the letter L? Scott?
The knight.
Knight is correct. Okay, and the final question for round one for Dixon is a geography question. Which four-letter noun designates a retaining wall or dam built to keep the sea or a river from flooding over land? Okay, that's time. Let's go to Trexler. Okay, that's also time. The correct answer is dike. That concludes round one, and we'll be back in just a few moments with our score and round two.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face! In your face!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Welcome back to Middle School Academic Derby, where after our first round, the score is Dixon 8 and Trexler 6. Now for our bonus round, where either team may buzz in and answer the question. If the question is answered correctly, there will be 4 bonus questions asked in which the answer must be given by the captain of the team. Before we begin round 2, we do have some new team members, so let's go ahead and meet them now, starting with Dixon.
Allison Cowan, 8th grade.
Havian Hayes, 7th grade.
Okay, and now for our new players for Trexler.
Michaela Sylvie, 7th grade. Makazi Bedell, 6th grade. Haley Futrell, 8th grade.
Samantha Anthony, 8th grade.
Okay, and Allison, you are the captain for Dixon?
Yes.
And Haley, you are the captain for Trexler?
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you. So let's go ahead and begin. Our first toss-up question is a science question. Identify the highly specialized type of lizard that can change colors to hide from
Chameleon.
Alex? A chameleon is correct. Bonus questions for Dixon. What name, number one, what name is given to the animal such as koalas, kangaroos that carry their young in a pouch? 2. Among carnivorous sharks, which is the largest? 3. If one owned a variety of animal called a Rhode Island Red, what type of animal would he own? And 4. Identify the 3-letter term that designates a group of whales. Okay, Captain, need an answer?
Number 1, marsupial. Number 2, great white. Number 3, chicken. And number 4, pod.
That is correct on all 4 answers for 10 points. Okay, toss-up question number 2 is on literature. Which of George Orwell's novels includes the characters Snowball, Boxer, and Old Major? Haley?
Animal Farm.
That is correct. Okay. All right, bonus questions for Trexler. Number 1. Well, first of all, identify the author of the following classic novels. Okay. Number 1, To Kill a Mockingbird. Number 2, The Call of the Wild. Number 3, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And number 4, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Okay, Captain?
For number 1, we have Harper Lee. For 2, we have Jack London. And for 4, we have Jules Verne.
Okay, those 3 are correct. All right, Dixon, number 3?
No.
Okay, the correct answer for number 3 is Robert Louis Stevenson. Okay. All right, toss-up question number 3. This is mathematics. What phrase in mathematics refers to the largest integer that will be divided evenly into 2 other numbers? Allison?
Greatest common factor.
That is correct. Okay. All right, bonus questions for Dixon. Perform each calculation. Number 1, find the greatest common factor of 16, 24, and 48. Number 2, find the least common multiple of 6, 15, and 20. Number 3, if you are adding the fractions 2/3, 5/7, and 2/9, what is the least common denominator you would use? And number 4, express the fraction 5/6 as the sum of 2 fractions in simplest form whose numerators are both 1. And I'm going to repeat all 4 of those questions since this is math. Okay. Number 1, find the greatest common factor of 16, 24, and 48. Number 2, find the least common multiple of 6, 15, and 20. Number 3, if you are adding the fractions 2/3, 5/7, and 2/9, what least common denominator would you use? And number 4, express the fraction 5/6 as the sum of 2 fractions in simplest form whose numerators are both 1. Okay, this time, Allison.
Number 1, we have 8. Number 2, we have 3. And number 3, we have 1/2 and 1/3. No, that's number 4, sorry. And number 3, we have nothing.
Okay. And number 4, okay. All right, number 1 and 4 are correct. Okay. Trexler, do you have an answer for number 2 and 3?
For number 2, we have 60. And for number 3, we have 63.
Those are both correct. All right. Toss-up question number 4 is a geography question. Jump in when you know which state I am describing. I am home to the oldest city in the United States established by Europeans. Joey?
Pennsylvania.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. I'm going to go ahead and finish reading the question. I am home to the oldest city in the United States established by Europeans. My nickname is the Sunshine State. Haley?
Florida.
Florida is correct. Okay. All right, bonus questions for Trexler. Identify each state from the given clue. Number 1, the state that is home to the granite monolith Mount Rushmore. state that is home to Harvard University. Number 3, state that is home to the highest peak in North America. And number 4, the state whose nickname is the Buckeye State. Okay, that's time. Haley?
For 1, we have South Dakota. For 2, we have Connecticut. For 3, we have Alaska. And for 4, we have Ohio.
Okay, 1, 3, and 4 are correct. Okay, Dixon, do we have an answer for number 3? Excuse me, I'm sorry, do we have an answer for number 2?
Number 2, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts is correct. Okay, the next toss-up question is in English. In the sentence, "It's no fun feeding the calves in this blizzard," what is the spelling of the word calves? Joey?
C-A-L-V-E-S.
That is correct. Okay, bonus questions for Dixon. Spell each of the following irregular plurals. Number 1, vertex. Number 2, radius. Number 3, medium, as in the communication methods. And number 4, ox. Okay, Allison?
Number 1, we have V-E-R-T-E-X. Number 2, we have R-A-D-I-U-S. For number 3, we have M-E-D-I-U-M. And number 4, we have O-X-E-N.
Okay. Number 4 is correct. All right, number 1, 2, and 3. Trexler?
V-E-R-T-E-X-E-S. 2 is R-A-D-E-A, and we don't have 3.
Okay. I'm sorry, those are both incorrect. Remember, we are spelling the plurals of the words. So number 1 is vertices, V-E-R-T-I-C-E-S. Number 2 is radii, R-A-D-I-I. Number 3 is media, M-E-D-I-A. That concludes round 2, our toss-up round. We'll be back in just a few moments after these messages with our score and our final round.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back to the Middle School Academic Derby Lightning Round. After our first 2 rounds, the score is currently Dixon 32 and Trexler 27. We do have a couple new team members for Trexler, so let's go ahead and meet them now before we begin.
J.T. Sandlin, 8th grade.
Zell Solomon, 6th grade.
Jolene Hutchison, 7th grade.
All right, for our lightning round, we will be asking a series of 20 questions in approximately 2 minutes. You must wait until I call your name before you answer, and incorrect answers will give points to the other team. Let's go ahead and begin. Our lightning round questions are on the metric system. Number 1, unit of mass equal to 1/100th of a gram. Azelle?
Centigram.
Centigram is correct. Number 2, metric unit equivalent to 100 liters. Chaz?
Centiliter.
That is incorrect. Metric prefix meaning 1,000. Haley?
Kilo.
That is correct. Number 4, metric measure equivalent to 1.0567 liquid quarts. Joey?
Liter.
Sorry, say that again.
A liter.
That is correct. Number 5, number of grams in a hectogram. Azelle?
100.
That is correct. Number 6, number of grams in a centigram. Azelle.
100th.
Say that one more time, please.
100th.
That is correct. Number of meters in a decameter. Alex.
10.
That is correct. Abbreviation for kilogram. Joey.
kg.
That is correct. 39.3. Reset. Yep, thank you. Okay. 39.37 inches is equal to how many meters? Time. How many countries do not use the metric system? Joey.
3.
That is correct. What is the metric unit based on? Haley.
Tens.
Correct. Number 12. Largest country which does not use the metric system. Joey.
The U.S.
That is correct. 6.21 miles is equal to how many kilometers? Time. Number 14. What is the prefix for tenth or 0.1? Azelle?
Deci.
That is correct. What is the number 15? What is the prefix for billionth? Time. Number 16. A Newton meter is a unit of what? Chaz?
Mass.
That is incorrect. 17. 20 drops of water make about one what? Haley?
1/5 of a liter.
That is incorrect. Okay. Number 18. About how much does a paperclip weigh? JT?
1 gram.
1 gram is correct. Number 19. 32 degrees Fahrenheit is equal to what degrees Celsius? Haley?
0.
That is correct. And number 20. How many centimeters are in 100 meters? Haley?
10,000.
Okay, I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Okay, that concludes round 2. Let me go back and give the correct answers for the ones that we did not get. 39.37 inches is equal to 1 meter. 6.21 miles is equal to approximately 10 kilometers. And what is the prefix for billionth? It is nano. We'll be right back in just a few moments with our final score.
I teach because I absolutely enjoy working with children. I've always had the desire to make a positive impact in children's lives, to give back, to help future generations. That's why I chose the teaching profession. I enjoy the challenge of meeting a unique group of students year after year, watching them grow, having their light bulb moments. That's what keeps me keeping on.
Welcome back, and thank you again for joining us for our championship match between Dixon Middle School and Trexler Middle School for our Middle School Academic Derby Championship. It's been an outstanding match today, and our final score is Dixon 46 and Trexler 47. Congratulations to Trexler Middle School on being our Middle School Academic Derby champion this season. Also, we'd like to give a big congratulations to Dixon Middle School for an outstanding match, and to all of our other academic derby teams and coaches for all their hard work this year. Thank you so much. Well, let's give them all a round of applause, please. Thank you so much for joining us this season on Middle School Academic Derby. For all of us at Onslow County Schools, thank you for watching and have a good evening.